My grandma, Lucille Lazard, died in 1977. She was my mom's mom. She died 1 month after my mom's dad died. I used to say she died because she still loved my Grandpa Sanders. Mom said it was because she wanted to go before Elvis. You see, Grandma died in June and Elvis died in August. Grandma loved Elvis. Mom took it very, very hard, but she dealt with death the same way she dealt with life, with humor and strength. Grandma passed away at San Joaquin General Hospital in French Camp, California. Unfortunately, the cemetery where she and Grandpa Reese Lazard owned burial plots was in Susanville, California, 275 miles north. My family were quite poor, and burying Grandma in Susanville presented a bit of a dilemma on transportation. However, resourceful people that they were, the family decided that Grandma could ride with them to her funeral. I should tell you right now that when I talk about the Lazard family, they were a large family. They were from the bayous of Louisiana and had left the bayous back in the 1920s when an incident had occurred. No one would say which one of the Lazard brothers had committed the incident. No one would say exactly what the incident was. All we know is that 5 brothers, their wives, and their children all moved together to the San Francisco Bay Area in the 1920s. They were hard-working, hard-drinking, and very unencumbered of social graces. After my grandma divorced my Grandpa Sanders, my mom's father, Grandma met Grandpa Reese, and off they went together, dragging my mom after them. So back to Grandma. She died. She needed to be buried. I will now tell you the story as Dad relayed it to me. Honey, it was a sight that I still have never seen the likes of. After your grandma died, we checked her out of the hospital. The coffin was in Susanville, so we wrapped her up and put her in the back of Reese's truck. All the Lazards showed up to caravan together up to Susanville. As you know, the Lazards never did anything outside of work that didn't include drinking. So there we were, traveling all the back roads up to Susanville. We could hear singing coming from the truck ahead of us and the cars around us. Kenny Rogers had just released that damn song, You Picked a Fine Time to Leave Me, Lucille. They, the Lazards, sang it the entire way from French Camp to Susanville. As they sang, they kept drinking and tossing their beer cans out of the window. As the day progressed, they would sing louder, drive slower, and weave all over the road. Then the wind picked up. The blankets wrapping up your grandma in the back started flapping. Thunder and lightning started rolling, telling us rain was on its way. So there we were, driving behind them, terrified the police were going to come up behind us, or even more terrified that your grandma was going to come flying out of the back of that truck with them singing, Why Did You Leave Me, Lucille, in the midst of the storm. Honey, let me tell you, your mom and I were never so happy to pull into a funeral parlor as we were to pull into that one in Susanville to bury your grandma.